Hello, I'm Londyn, and today I'm the host of an ACC studio interview. I'm here with Nia Vargas. She's our guest today. So, to start off, what made you decide to become a probation officer?
So actually my aunt, my godmother as well, she's been a probation officer for, I want to say, almost 30 years
Really?
now. Yes. So actually I kind of watched her, do the job and seen all the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. But it really motivated me
Yeah.
to kind of step into a new role and, do something that I never thought I could be able to do.
Because of that, do you think that it was like easier for you to adjust to your workplace?
Oh yeah, definitely. We work together in the same building.
Really?
She's right down the hall from me. Yeah. So having her right there, it's a blessing and it's an honor as well because she's a great probation officer. So people know of her and her reputation, and I'm glad that I get to follow in her footsteps, but also create my own name there as well.
Totally.
So yeah.
I'm
awesome.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
What does a typical day look like for you?
So a typical day, I mean, there really isn't a typical day, I'll say. Every day is so different. But I come in, I'm actually a curfew officer, so I work an evening shift. So I'll come in, I check in with my other probation officers that are on the same cases as me.
Yeah.
We'll check in. I also have a partner that I work with every day, so I'll
Really?
check in with her as well. And then we will kind of prepare ourselves for the rest of the week and what our visits are going to look like. My main job is meeting with the kids at night. I check in with them in their homes. So that's kind of what we'll plan on doing, is figuring out who we're going to see.
Yeah, totally.
And so then later in the night, when it gets around those curfew times, we start visiting our youth in the community.
Yeah, totally. What are the main responsibilities of being a probation officer?
So I would say the main responsibilities are to engage them, whether it be in their services, referrals, counseling, different things. They have a bunch of things they're expected to do, go to school, whatever else the judge has ordered. So when we go visit them, that's kind of the main thing, is to engage them into those services, make sure that they're doing that. And then, of course, on top of that, making sure that they're home for their curfews. Yeah. Also, our main thing is just to be there as a support role. So any things that they have going on in their lives, we'll be there to support them.
Yeah, for sure. What would you say is the most rewarding part of your job?
The most rewarding part, I would say, is definitely building that rapport and a relationship with the families. I actually see them every week, so it kind of becomes like my own extended family when I do meet with them. So I would say that is very rewarding, just being able to see them and support them and them being open to it.
For sure.
It is a very vulnerable situation, so just them being willing to accept our help.
Yeah.
That is like the most rewarding. Also just hearing, like the thank yous and the appreciation for the things that we do.
Yeah, do you think you've gained like a better connection with them? Has it been like just easier?
Yeah, 100%. Just the fact, like I said, that I get to see them all the time, there's no words to kind of say, but I literally become another family member.
For sure.
A little auntie.
Yeah. What would you say is the hardest part of your job?
The hardest part is definitely dealing with client loss. I've been working almost 5 years, and I've experienced a lot of youth loss.
Yeah.
And so that definitely affects, our mental health, of course, affects the families, but not only that, it's indescribable. It's something that I never expected to have to deal with. Yeah, so that's definitely the hardest part, is having to, have this great relationship and then seeing, the end result of some of these youths.
Because of that, like, how are you able to cope when something like that happens?
So we do have like in-house resources. They actually do allow us, like, I think it's 1 or 2 self-care days after something like that were to happen. But just taking care of myself, self-care in the ways that I find that help me.
Yeah.
So I do like to online shop. I like to spend time with my family. That always makes me feel good. So if they're telling me I can have a free day, I'm taking the free day to go spend some time in a good way.
I agree. Yeah. What are some common challenges people on probation face?
So there's so many. There's just a multitude of situations that our youth deal with. But I would say some of the main concerns or issues that I see is poverty. Of course, most of our youth are in neighborhoods where they don't have access to resources.
Yeah.
So grocery stores, counseling, mentorship, just having to navigate all of that on top of dealing with probation services and the court and dealing with their own court case. It can be very heavy.
Yeah, for sure.
For the families.
Do you think like where you're working, or just like you as a probation officer, do you think like you're able to help when it comes to like you seeing the poverty and their living situation?
Yeah, so we do have some like allotted resources, like financial resources that we can use to help service the youths, but most of them, they have a cap. So we can only spend so much, and then on top of that, they're for certain things, only certain, I guess, areas can we use those funds.
Yeah.
So it can be, hard to navigate, especially when it comes to like living situation, because it's not easy to pick up a family with siblings, other kids, maybe family nearby, and put them somewhere else. Sometimes they don't want to go either, you know? So it's a lot of like moving parts, but that is definitely a part of our responsibility, is to assist with any of those needs that they have.
Totally agreed. What would you say is the most fun part of your job?
The most fun part? I would say definitely getting to know the families. I love getting to know them, their siblings, their moms, dads. I am a big people person, so just getting to know them is definitely the best part. I would also say on top of that, at times we do get to do events outside of home. So we're able to take them to musicals, or I've taken a youth to, in Chicago it's called Scene 75, but basically like amusement places. So having those experiences that some of these youth have never got to experience before ever, that is just the best. That's my favorite part, for sure.
Totally. What was the scariest thing that happened while being on the job?
So the scariest thing, I would say, I did have one incident where a youth, which was not our youth, we didn't realize it was not our youth, he opened our car door and he came inside, and he had a gun inside his hoodie.
Yeah.
So that was probably the scariest thing that ever happened. It was something that we didn't expect. We didn't foresee, a random person coming into our car. So it was definitely scary. And after that, we had to do some recon, I'll say.
So like, how did you like handle the situation?
So probably not the best way, honestly. I would say, 2 years in maybe. So we just did the best we could. I felt like I handled the situation properly in that moment. So afterward, after we had completed all our visits, we did speak to our supervisor about it and our deputy, and we kind of discussed like safety going forward and how we would do things. But other than that, that was pretty much it.
Totally. That's all we have for the questions. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great day. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.